Number 10, Andrew Rubin. Number 14, Jaden Andrews. Number 18, Samuel Lemon. Number 23, Matthew Sasaki. Number 30, Sandy Miller. Number 32, Tyler Laughlin. Number 34, Michael Max. Number 41, Daniel Wilcox. Number 66, Robert Sasaki. Number 77, Matthew Dalkey. Number 87, Jonathan Athanian. Number 91, Braden Roy. Number 92, Casey Miller. Number 93, Alexander Kim. And number 95, Everett Levin. Glenbrook is coached by Evan Koulikides with assistant coaches Paul Gauger and Ben Stein.
Check.
And now the lineup for your Glenbrook South Titans. Number 4, Gavin Miller. Number 7, Nicholas Botvinnik. Number 9, Hunter Neiman. Number 11, Max Ibarra. Number 16, Will Friedman. Number 17, Landon Garrett. Number 18, Frank Adante. Number 20, Maddie Barrett. Number 22, Jack Muir. Number 23, Will Avalos. Number 25, Daniel McKay. Number 27, Peter Lancioni. Number 28, Kyle Everson. Number 32, Remy Doyle. Number 33, Connor Wall. Number 38, Les Medina. Number 50, Jeff Keating. Number 53, Parker Davidson. Number 72, Jack Scavillo. Number 91, Joseph Young. Number 94, AJ Nasilia. And number 98, Theo Avalos. Glenbrook South is coached by Nick Philbin, with assistant coach Mike DiMaggio and team manager Mike McKay. As part of its annual fundraising campaign, the Titan Hockey Club will now submit a check for $2,500 to the Northfield Food Pantry. Please welcome Brickman from the Northfield Township Food Pantry, along with GBS players Theo Pavlis, Nicholas Botvinnik, Daniel McKay, and Max Ibarra. Next, we'd like to welcome to the ice the Glenview Stars hockey director, legendary hockey instructor, Sylvain Turcotte, to conduct the ceremonial first puck drop. Now we ask that you please rise and kindly remove all caps as Glenbrook South Senior Yasmin Mohammed Rafi, a member of Solace and Scat Back to a GBS acapella group, performs the singing of our national anthem.
Amen. shoots, he scores! He shoots, oh, what a save by Paul! He's still down, he scores! Loyola ties it! Big slap shot by Jenkins, he shoots, he scores! Wilmette shoots, he scores! Drive by Baird, big save, another save by Sandholm! It's still loose in the spot, a backhanded shot over the net! He's got room, lines up, shoots, he scores! We are live from Centennial Ice Arena for this Thanksgiving special edition of the SHL Game of the Week on YouTube Live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast alongside Tyler Rocky. Tonight, I am Max Anderson, and if you are even a passive follower of the SHL, this game needs no introduction. GBN, GBS, Thanksgiving Eve, a tradition in the northern Chicago suburbs that turns these two bordering schools into the bitterest of rivals. If you're a GBS fan, you're well aware of one specific number, and that's 14. 14 years since GBS has won this annual tradition. But many from Glenview feel this is the year to break that streak. Meanwhile, on the GBN side, more of the same is the expectation. Make it 15 in a row in this great rivalry. And for more on that rivalry, we're going to send it down to the ice level where Tyler Rocky is standing by with GBN head coach Evan Polakidis.
Coach, this really is a tradition and unlike any other here on the North Shore. Thanksgiving Eve, GBS, GBN, with this type of rivalry, how do you make sure emotion doesn't negatively impact your team?
Well, I don't think you can, honestly. I mean, we've seen in the past that our starts have been real slow here. You know, the kids get excited and they get nervous, and until we break through that first couple minutes, we struggle with it. So to say it's just another game is meaningless because they know it's not.
So in those first couple of minutes, what do you want to see different out of your team than you have in years past in this game?
Well, we'd like to get our legs going real quick. We want to get pucks behind them and go get it and forecheck hard. But it's not that easy. They come to us also hard. So, you know, you don't want to make a mistake in the first 5 minutes. You want to get your legs underneath you, and hopefully some good things happen after that.
Now you look out there, all the fans in the stands. What does this atmosphere mean to you year in, year out to have this kind of attendance for a game like this?
Well, you know, you can't help but notice it, and it's what, in my opinion, high school hockey should be every night. I don't think there's any, like you mentioned, I don't think there's any tradition in the state of Illinois that follows this tradition, and everyone feeds off it, and it's great for hockey in general.
All right, Coach, best of luck and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Max?
Thank you, Tyler. You can feel the energy, not just in the arena, and head coach Evan Polakidis and Tyler Rocky. You can hear it all abound. We are just moments away from puck drop. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, we're going to have puck drop for this annual great rivalry here live from Centennial Ice Arena. Welcome back. Tyler now joining me. Tyler, you can just feel the energy we were mentioning, not just in the stands, but you can feel it just coming out of the voice of head coach Evan Polakidis.
Absolutely, and you look at this entire game, it's been like this for about an hour now out here. The energy is very palpable in this building tonight, and this isn't the usual venue for this type of game. Again, they're in Wilmette, not in Glenview or Northbrook, but it doesn't matter. The fans have come out. This is going to be an awesome environment once again for this epic game.
Not of the nuts and bolts of the game itself. We talked a lot about the rivalry, but GBS is 8-5-2. GBN obviously 21-4-2 overall, and with just one loss here in the SHL. This is two meaningful points here tonight in a rivalry game.
Absolutely, and you get your first crack at this matchup. You're going to see this team 2 more times this season. So what can you do? How can you set the tone in game number 1 of a big rivalry matchup for the rest of the season?
You know, Tyler, GBS has really been looking forward to this season. A trio on their top line that started on varsity as sophomores, now seniors. They've been pointing to this season as a season where they can break through, not just in the SHL, but have serious state title dreams. nothing would help propel those dreams more than a November win against the second best team in the state right now.
And you talk to these kids, they know what's at stake. They know they're good enough to compete, even though the streak in this individual game has not favored GBS as of late. They know that they can compete with this GBN team. They're not afraid this time around.
In net tonight for GBN, something of note, Sam Bill is starting in net for GBN. We saw Matt Carr a couple of weeks ago was outstanding, but it's going to be Billis for GBN, a little bit unexpected, I know, from this broadcast perspective. But we are underway here with GBS has the puck off the draw. Wilcox is going to take it back and just dump it deep. There you see it right away, just trying to get pucks deep, get their legs underneath them is GBN's plan. Turnover in their own zone, shot just wide of the net on a bad turnover. Clearly some nerves there to start. Good keep by Wilcox. Nice piece of stick work. On comes Matthew Dahlke. Dahlke really the offensive force for this GBN team, really what makes them go on their top line. Now Nicholas Botvinnik, a veteran to this great rivalry, takes the puck up the ice and just dumps it deep. GBS is going to change some bodies. And on the forecheck, at least for a moment, was William Friedman. Tyler Evan really stressed the first few minutes and trying to establish a tempo. Obviously, he mentioned slow starts is what we've seen out of GBN in this game frequently.
And definitely a physical start to this matchup so far. You're seeing a lot of bodies back and forth, just like that one right there. But that's what you want to do. You need to set the tempo early in a rivalry game. Let them know that who's on whose turf in the early going.
Eisenstark getting his first ice time of the evening. Another veteran of the rivalry as well. Talk about GBS. As Gavin Miller comes up, he shoots that one over the crossbar. Near side board, Jack Serbillo, he gets checked off the puck, coming flying in was Peter Lasconi. And now back the other way comes GBN. Here's Roy, he shoots. That puck deflected well over the netting. GBS coming into this game returns all but 4 skaters from last year. We mentioned they've been looking forward to this season. They have the experience, and this is the year they feel like they can break that drought.
Experience is especially key in a matchup like this because there's so much emotion involved. You just look into the stands and all that, and you can see right away how important and how much this means to the community. And to have those type of players who can be level-headed in a game like this is so key.
Winning a face-off draw with GBS, but not able to clear the zone, keeping it at the point. This is Kyle Burke. Now near side half boards. Battling for it, there's Lasconi. Out with it comes Shabillo. He makes a nice movement around Eisenstark. Eisenstark does a nice job denying him at the blue line, but following up is Lasconi. Roy now in the corner, able to pry the puck free up the ice. He comes, he's got Eisenstark on his wing. Eisenstark up from his defensive stop. Big wind up and a shot just wide of the far post. Able to clear it as GBS. Now it's going to be a foot race, but it's not going to matter as we're going to have our first icing of the game. I want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Game of the Week. CCTY Bearing, OPRF Hockey, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Cognitive College Advising, and GBN Hockey. Thank them for their great support of the SHL and the SHL Game of the Week. Face-off draw to come to the left. A starting netminder for GBS, Jeff Keating, 4-3 on the season. A hair over 90% save percentage, having a nice season for the senior. As GBS will lean on him, here comes Nick Botvinnik as he gives way. Far side half boards now. Remington Doyle gives way behind the net. It's Papalis who gives way in the slot. Just missing his stick. Now top of the circle shot from Parker Davidson, but he gambled and he lost. Back the other way comes Matz. Matz with some speed, tries to get into the slot, does, but no one from GBN could get a stick on it there. GBS trying to battle out of their zone, they will. Backhanded pass as Davidson carries it out for GBS. Puck getting in deep, looking for an icing as GBN, they don't get it. Big collision there, pass into the slot, but Slovis was waiting for it. Charlie Slovis, a key cog in this GBN line. Talk about Slovis, Miller, and Dahlke. That top line for GBN, so lethal. One of the best in the state. They've shown it throughout the season, really leading this GBN team. Other way comes Botvinnik, rink wide pass. Here's McKay. McKay around one defender, tries to get into the slot. Good stick by Slovis, not to let it get there. Now here's another shot from Botvinnik. Got blocked, never got through. Back the other way comes Dahlke. Dahlke with some speed. battle in the corner, tries to drop it to Slovis, instead gets it below the goal to Miller. Into the slot top, now Farrell gets it onto Dalkey. Dalkey backhanded shot into the glove of Keating. So back and forth we go. Pretty evenly split in terms of offensive zone time so far.
Good pace so far to start this game. It's been a fast start for both teams. I know nothing to show for it on the scoreboard so far, but you talk with Coach Poulikides before the game, and he talks about wanting to get these guys going fast, and I think he's got to be at least happy with what his team's done so far.
At least a stalemate. He
Right,
talked
exactly.
about frequently falling behind, not necessarily maybe in the scoreboard, but certainly an energy department. And so far, I'd say it's been a stalemate. But here comes a quick chance for Gavin Miller. Not able to handle the puck, just tosses it in towards the slot. Well covered by Farrell, and he'll just toss it out of the zone. GBS clearly making an effort to get the puck into the slot, even if no one's there. They want to stay in the habit of throwing that puck in the slot. Here's Sasaki. He shoots that shot block. That's Robert Sasaki, of course, his twin brother also on the team. Fortunate bounce for GBN as that comes careening out into the neutral zone. That, I believe, hit the lineswoman, excuse me. That's much to a break there for GBN. Carroll with a good decision. Hands to Wolf, gives to Laughlin, but he loses the puck. Good stick from Hunter Neiman to stop that play at the blue line. That puck's going to go all the way down, but just shy of center line. So no icing. Back the other way comes Shabillo. Shabillo with speed around one defender. He shoots. Puck still loose in front. And we finally get a whistle. So the first real chance from GBS is not the matchup GBN's going to want. It was Kyle Burke against Jack Shabillo. That's certainly not the matchup GBN's going to look for. They're going to want to get Eisenstark on that side of the ice as frequently as possible in this matchup.
And that's the first real threat we've seen today in terms of scoring, but GBS has set up a number of good opportunities and the execution just hasn't been there. They're missing guys on some passes right now. Gotta fix that up if they want to try to find the back of the net early.
Far side half boards, puck gets back to the point, deflected. Scary bounce there for GBN, but harmlessly cleared out by Eisenstark. You see Eisenstark back out there, as I mentioned. They're going to want to keep him on the ice, especially when the top line for GBS is out there. Here's Roy, tries to get into the slot. Good stick from Maxi Barra to play it into the zone. Back to the point, Eisenstark deflected. I believe that was kicked by Maxi Barra away from his goalie. Good hand-eye coordination, or foot-eye coordination, I should say. Now a corner, good check there from Neiman again. Spins it around the boards. That one's going to come all the way out into the neutral zone. Crafty play there by Levin. Neiman wasn't expecting that puck to reach it to him, so got all the way deep for GBN. They're able to make the changes they were looking for. Now, William Friedman comes up. He skates around one defender, drops in the slot. Shoot, big save, Bills. Another shot, and another big save. Puck still loose. Waiting for it back at the point. Here's a shot. That one blocked in front. Shot at the point from Nospelius got blocked. Now a foot race to get to this one in the GBS zone. So a couple of good chances here the last 2 or 3 minutes for GBS. Another stretch pass. Here's a shot. That one easily sticked aside from Joseph Young. Young again in the corner. Taken away now by Daniel Wilcox. Wilcox in the slot. Big hit from John Muir. Puck loose side of the net and cleared away by GBS. Now Ovanian collides near side half boards. Away with it comes GBS. Hardesty tries to whack at the puck instead. Gavin Miller just tosses it deep and goes for a change. Hardesty off his own zone. Now to Ovanian. He winds up. He shoots. Doesn't get much on that shot. It was a good stick as he entered the zone from Francesco Adante. Stepping in Hardesty there is GBN going to try to clog up the neutral zone. Want to prevent those easy entrances into their zone. And you're seeing it right now. GBS having a little bit of trouble getting out of their zone. Good check by Jack Wolf, but didn't lead to anything. We have a loose glove on the ice. Now a chance, far side circle, a shot, missing the net. That's Wolf following up a check on Parker Davidson. 11 near side half board. Shabillo now, hands off. Here's a shot, good stick by Farrell, preventing a good chance from Papalis. Now in behind the GBN goal, here's Papalis looking for help in the slot, doesn't get it good. Stick by Farrell, and a loose pass is a little casual getting the puck out. was Sasaki. GBS able to sustain zone time. Now drops it. Can't find a teammate on the other end of it, and able to clear it as GBN. They're going to get full-scale line changes. Back and forth we go. We've had about 2 or 3 straight minutes here of play, no stoppages. Eisenstark tries to take the puck into the GBS zone, able to, but quickly cleared by the GBS defenseman. Now with speed comes Daniel McKay. He'll just toss it deep, gets a nice bounce off the boards, very nearly fouling it up. But GBS, misplay here, fortunate. That Landon Garrett was there to cover, or else could have been a breakaway opportunity for GBN. Slovis with a big hit right in front of his bench, much to the delight of his fans and teammates alike. And that's going to be an icing, but we've seen a couple of big hits. Every hit we see tonight, Tyler, is going to get one of these 2 student sections up with excitement.
Absolutely, and you got to remember, this is high school hockey. These kids have been playing against each other for probably close to a decade, if not even longer. So these rivalries aren't ones that have started in high school. They may go all the way back to, you think, when you're just learning to skate, kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade. So there's a little extra juice behind everything that these players are doing.
Here's a chance back at the point, blocked in front by Slovis. Down to the ice goes Neiman. Good check in the corner. Eisenstark as he pins Gavin Miller against the boards. Lets Dalkey come and collect the puck. Burke will try to clear it. He will. Good pass there. Joss missing the stick of Casey Miller. And that's going to be offsides as you could hear the GBN bench all over the lineswoman to make sure she got that one right.
So far, a pretty clean game back and forth. Not a lot of passing mishaps. Both teams really taking good care of the puck early on. Glenbrook South definitely has had the better opportunities scoring-wise out of the gate, but GBN has done enough defensively to nix most of them.
And usually what we see in the first 10 minutes of the game, we usually see 1 or 2 bad penalties, and we haven't seen that yet here tonight. As emotions have been kept in check. Turnover, there's a shot side of the net, doesn't get through. Ruben collects it behind the goal. Side of the net now, far side point. And can't keep it in was Burke. If that makes it down to the goal line, it'll be icing, and it will. So an offensive zone draw coming for GBN. Want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Game of the Week. CCTY Bearing, OPRF Hockey, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Cognitive College Advising, and GBN Hockey. We thank them for their fantastic support of the SHL and the SHL Game of the Week. 7:19 left in the first period, 0-0.
You brought up a big word right before that. It was emotion, and I think that's what you get with a very veteran group out there that's played in this rivalry for so many years. You're not going to get a lot of those silly penalties in the early going.
It's a great point, Tyler. Very veteran on both sides. A lot of experience for this rivalry as Roy, far side point, Hardesty, he'll shoot, knocked down by the glove of John Muir. Now battle in the corner, finally coming loose and cleared by GBS. Good touch pass there from Bodvanek, but can't find his forward coming up the ice. And Keating will opt to take a face-off with 6:39 left here in the first.
We're still looking for that first big play. You know what I'm talking about, Max? The one that's really going to take the lead. It doesn't necessarily have to be a goal, but that first big play, feels like the crowd is kind of settled in, pretty tame right now. But can one side get an advantage with the noise in the building early on? I think we're still looking for that here, which is very uncharacteristic out of this rivalry.
Well, and I think one of the things that if you're Coach Jimmy Philbin, you have to like is so often GBS has come into this game. They come into the zone here, but it's going to be cleared out by, chance out in front, nearly finds the far post. That puck looked like it might have eyes for the back of the net, just missing Billis' far post. This puck now pinned against the boards.
And if a cheap one like that went through, can you imagine the start to this game we would have seen?
I wonder if we get a whistle here. His puck's still tied up now, finally getting back to the point. Here's a shot blocked by GBN. Now Matz pressures and forces the puck deep. Hardesty not able to get much up the boards, trying to get back to the point. Matz does a nice job of poking around one defender. And there's Garrett to collect it for GBS. But sorry to say, Jimmy Philbin, so often his team has come into this game as an underdog. And sometimes you see underdogs come out with that big burst of energy. Oh my goodness! As the lineswoman got launched into the bench, and she is back up. I've never seen that. Never seen an official go into the bench like that in my 4 years doing the broadcasts. But she's up and doing all right.
Credit to her.
Now back the other way, coming is Davidson. Now a shot, Neiman deflected just high and wide of Billis's net. Good check there from Eisenstark. And GBS able to play on. Waiting for it back down the point was Neiman. Instead they opt to drop it below the goal. Eisenstark intentionally sets up Adante on the back door. Levin now trying to win the puck out. Good cross ice pass Kim. He's going to be able to force the puck out of the zone. Would have been offsides if GBS had touched it. Instead, they let it play on. Now Burke. Sasaki plays on. Good touch past Levin. He'll give chase in the corner. Meeting him there is Maxi Barra, another veteran of this rivalry. Out with it comes GBN, at least for a moment. But it's going to be Gavin Miller on the near side boards, leading it out for GBS. He's got some speed and space. He looks, he whiffs on a shot. He gets tripped up, no call. Here's another shot, misses the net. Could have been our first penalty. Probably should have been tripping, but didn't get the call. Now a shot, never hit anything on the way through. Back door now. Getting the puck is Joseph Young. Back to the point, Neiman. He shoots that one, never on net. Collecting it is Gavin Miller. That's Sasaki able to take it away for GBN. He gets sandwiched in between two GBS forwards. Back the other way comes Papalis. Rink wide Miller. Now dinging behind the goal line. Laughlin will come out with it for GBN. Not able to get out much on that. Puck up to Levin as a couple of players go down to the ice and finally cleared by GBN. And that's going to be an icing. But to finish my thought, Tyler, so often that underdog will come out with that initial burst of energy, right? You're an underdog, you're feeling it, you know you have to come out hard. If that favorited team is able to withstand that, you usually see that next goal. That's not what we've seen here tonight. And you know that GBS has entered this game not with an underdog mentality, but a right there mentality.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's why we're kind of seeing this long, drawn out, kind of get to know each other period, is because GBS does not think they're an underdog today. They think they're right there with these Spartans and can make a run downstate.
That first goal, we'll see if that's able to turn this game around and open it up, but so far both teams playing very tight. Here's a shot, that one just over the glove of Billis. Not able to keep it in at the point was Botvinnik. Slovis takes a hit right along the GBS boards, but holds on to it. Avoids touching the puck so he didn't get an offsides. Smart play by him. Dahlke collects it below the goal. Now Miller follows it up. Drop pass. Dahlke wins it. Looking for some help. Looking, he'll end up shooting. That one wide of the net. Takes a weird bounce off the boards. Nice play by Hardesty. Keep it in for GBN. Rink wide. Never got through. Is a good stick from Maxi Barra. Deflected it up into the bench. 2:52 left here in the first period. 0-0.
I don't think either of us expected to see zeros this deep into this matchup so far.
Not with the offensive power between these two
exactly.
teams.
And you're seeing, credit to GBN's defense so far, what they've done in kind of controlling and attempting to neutralize Daniel McKay right now. He's getting doubled every time he's down on the ice. I want to see him try to look and set up some of his teammates because the cross ice pass is going to be there every single time for him.
It's a good eye as we get underway. Under 2:45 left here. Ruben gives some help along the near side half boards, but away with it comes GBN. Gavin Miller. GBN not able to sustain much offensive zone time. So far, it's been GBS that's had 2 or 3 opportunities on the same rush. GBN really hasn't had more than one. Here's a chance in the slot. Great stick from Wilcox. So he goes sprawling not to let that puck get to a waiting GBS forward. Now Wilcox comes out with it. He skates with some speed and space. Oh, goes around one defender. That's John Muir, who got turned around. Finishing it with a check was Wilcox, but not able to sustain. Once again, one rush and done for GBN. Roy's going to drop that one deep. GBN's going to get some changes on their back line. On come Burke and Eisenstark. Now Muir battles in the neutral zone, not able to get it. Ruben able to take it away for GBN. Levin's just going to dump it deep, send Braden Roy in on the forecheck. Gets all the way back to Burke. Burke shoots. That one blocked in front. Away with it comes, that's Papalis. He goes around Burke. He shoots. Good save by Billis. Billis looked very solid in net so far. While Keating really hasn't been tested, hasn't really had a grade A opportunity he's had to save. Billis has had maybe one or two. Here's a shot, that one blocked. Eisenstark not able to get the puck out. Here's Shabillo. Gives on. Shabillo gets the puck back. He shoots. Oh, big save, Billis. Jack Shabillo having an outstanding first period, buzzing on the ice. He clearly wants to get that first goal in this third year in the rivalry. Now Eisenstark hands off to Rubin. Botvinnik steps in there, gets it rink wide. McKay looking in the slot, gets a deflection. Oh, backdoor, what a save, Billis! And we have a goal! Before the goal came off its posts, the referee ruled it got in, and it's 1-0 GBS.
Oh, and I don't know about that one. That looked like that goal was dislodged by the time it went through. We'll have to get another look at that one. That was very close, but the initial shot on that needed to be elevated a little more. He had a wide open net to try to get past Billis in net, but when you look at it again, Papalis, he had a ton of open net there. And we're seeing it again, and it's starting to look like that goal was probably good.
Yeah, as I've
very close.
Ran it back
again.
2 or 3 times.
You need a back angle to really see it.
I believe it's the third shot attempt from Anthony Papalis that is the one that gets the puck in the back of the net. Maybe less than a second before that goal got dislodged from its posts. Regardless of who scored it, it's 1-0 GBS with 36 seconds left in the first period.
And how about that to close out a period here? You lock down for 30 more seconds defensively, and you've taken immense momentum into the second.
GBS would love to get out of here with a lead. Wilcox had a chance near side post, waited just a half a second too long. So I believe it's McKay on the assist. We'll confirm that between periods. Didn't catch the PA announcement. I believe it was Papalis on the goal for GBS. But with 5 seconds left here in the first period, big wind up. Here's a shot. Blockered away by Billis, and that's going to be the end of the first period. So after one, a late GBS goal makes it 1-0, and Tyler, a pretty balanced first period, but in terms of quality chances, edge GBS.
And not just edge, heavy edge GBS. You gotta like what the Titans did defensively in that first period. And then offensively, not the crispest of passing, but they definitely controlled that first period. And I think you could tell that, and I think both sides would agree with that assessment. So what I wanna see now with GBS, what's the next step? Can you sharpen up some of those passes? Because you've had opportunities to put 2, maybe even 3 goals on the board early on, and you've got 1 to show for it so far. How are you going to take that next step against a team that's dominated this rivalry over the past 15 years?
It's the question that everyone from Glenview is asking. Can this be the year that they are able to turn that rivalry around, and after one period, they're in prime position to do it? We're going to take a quick timeout, catch our breath, come back in just a moment with second period action. Back with second period action alongside Tyler Aki. I am Max Anderson, live from Centennial Ice Arena for this great Thanksgiving tradition. Normally, We're up at Glenview Ice Arena. But this year, of course, Glenview Ice Arena has been knocked down, being rebuilt. We are at Centennial Ice Arena for this annual Thanksgiving tradition. And an early edge goes to GBS.
The atmosphere remains the same, though. Certainly out there, you look at the fan support on both sides, the extra drive to Wilmette, not keeping anyone at home.
So first period, GBS out shooting GBN 11-6. Dalkey trying to change the equation here for GBN. His pass just missing the stick of one of his teammates. Slovis does a nice job keeping the puck in. But only for a moment is GBS able to clear. Good rink-wide pass, just missing the stick of Dalkey, but he's able to recover. Makes a move around one defender. Tries to go wraparound, shoots. Good save. As Keating was holding his post. Here's Dalkey, good stick lift, gets the puck back. He shoots that one over the crossbar. It's seen 3 or 4 opportunities for GBN that have gone over the crossbar. Needed to get it on net. Chance in the slot. Oh, what a stick from Ibarra. Or else a wide open net opportunity would have had for GBN. They're starting to buzz here a little bit as Dalkey's shot misses the near side post and GBN's able to clear. That's what we were talking about in the first period, but on comes Papalis. Puck just goes bouncing over his stick. Talked about in the first period the need for GBN to get sustained chances, and they got 2 or 3 there on their first chance in the second period.
They did, and you got to credit this GBS defense. They've been so active with their sticks in the early going, and that's a big, big statement to make right there as GBN gets shut down in their first real good opportunity to score.
Now Ruben again, near side, or far side corner, has Braden Roy below the goal. Instead goes Levin up near side half boards. That, I believe, hit the hand, or hit the blue stanchion. What a bad break for GBN. That's what head coach Evan Polakidis is hollering at the referee. The referee thought it hit Evan in the hand. It actually hit the blue pillar, and what would have been a keep for GBN at the point, probably a shot from Eisenstark, instead leads to an offensive zone draw. So a break for GBS as they were well set up, but Keating now has to face a draw to his right as Ruben steps in. GBS able to win it. Good job by William Friedman to do it. They're able to clear the zone, and Everett Levin can't touch that puck until he touches the blue line. Cleared safely from the back end by AJ Nospelius. Dangerous play there, trying to take it out of his own zone. Roy, big shot, big save. Jeff Keating with the hot glove as he snagged that shot, taking it for the top right shelf.
And that's the first real lapse we've seen defensively by GBS. You need to make sure everyone's accounted for. Sloppy passing out of the defensive zone. But again, that's why he got that back line for you right there, and for Keating to make his first real big save in that big moment right there. Really just a one-on-one opportunity, and he passes.
Here's Eisenstark with a shot into the belly of Keating. 15:02 left here in the second period. It's 1-0 GBS. So GBS, ranked number 4 in the state, having a great season thus far. Obviously, a winning record so far in the SHL, a very good mark for them. GBN, number 2 in the state, behind only New Trier, who's having an unbelievable start to the season. That shot up over the blocker of Billis. Now 4 or 5 players come together near side half boards. Out with it comes Burke. And Eisenstark, he just launches it into the GBS bench. Good hands there from one of the GBS assistant coaches. He snagged that puck in midair.
Thought football was tomorrow.
Got plenty of that coming up tomorrow, but our Wednesday night tradition here, this is 4th year in a row doing this game. And talking to Tyler before the game, this is by far my favorite game to broadcast every single year.
Oh, absolutely. You walk in and the energy is already at a 10. And then it elevates to 13 to 15 throughout the game.
I walked in about an hour and a half before game time. There was already probably 200 or 300 people waiting in the lobby to get in.
We ask that you refrain from throwing objects on the ice. Throwing coins on the ice creates a very dangerous situation, and you will be removed by the Wilmette police.
So we get an announcement from the PA, objects being thrown onto the ice.
I'm surprised it took over a period. I remember going to these games.
It's usually not pennies or quarters that end up on the ice, but that's seriously dangerous. You catch an edge on that, that's how you can break an ankle. So all jokes aside, that is certainly dangerous. something we don't want to see here. Now this face-off draw going to come outside of the GBN zone. Slovis to take it. McKay wins it, or at least slaps it towards Eisenstark, who's able to clear it. Goes off the body of Neiman, who loses the race to Dahlke. Here's a chance in the slot. Good stick tie up there by McKay, not allowing Slovis a chance in the slot. Burke able to recover that puck, spin it out of the zone, get it on to Miller. Now Dahlke skates. Slovis tries to drop it, instead plays on behind the GBS net. Chance in the slot, puck loose, backhanded shot. Oh, big save by Keating. That's Neiman without a stick. Neiman without a stick, not able to clear. Here's a shot from Eisenstark from the far point. Misses. Miller collects it in the corner, but checked off the puck and cleared by GBS. What a save. Jeff Keating, a couple of grade A saves so far here in the second.
If he doesn't get an initial stick on that to slow it down just a little bit, that's a wide open net and a certain goal for GBN.
I've seen a couple of times that especially active sticks on the side of GBS have prevented quality scoring opportunities for GBN, and if you're head coach Jimmy Philbin, that's what you absolutely love to see out of your defenseman.
Yeah, that's the save before the save right there.
On comes GBN trying to break through this GBS defense. Rubin, he shoots. That one, Pat save by Keating. And you can just feel the energy and the confidence on Keating right now. He is absolutely locked in net for GBS. That puck comes out loose. Here's Rubin. Good stick again. Swiping that puck away from danger was Nospelius. Evan Miller comes out with it for the Titans. Here's a shot around one defender. Was Friedman. He gets tied up. Could have been a penalty. GBS wanted a penalty. They're not going to get one. No penalties thus far for either side. Braden Roy with a nice play. He tries to get the puck into the slot. Ovanian was waiting for it, but two GBS defensemen didn't let it happen. That's going to be an icing. And a face-off draw coming to the right of Keating. I want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Game of the Week. As I get the dirty look from Jimmy Olsen, he had a great highlight rolling when I wanted to shout out our sponsors. Just throws his hands up and goes, sorry, I guess when you're the technical director, that's what you get to do.
He runs the show.
You
here.
are the
Jimmy
man,
does
Jimmy.
a great job.
He really does. So we'll make sure we get our sponsors the next chance we get. Far side half boards. Not able to handle it there. We're the Spartans. GBS again going to dump and chase. On the other end of it is Friedman. Played back at the point is Garrett. Doesn't get it. Instead below the goal line. Trying to scoop it out of the zone was GBN. Not able to. Puck now loose between the circles. Back up top. Now played below the goal line by Garrett. Chance to the side of the net. Just missing the far side post. That puck cleared up and it's going to make it the length of the ice for icing. I want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Game of the Week. CCTY Bearing, OPRF Hockey, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Cognitive College Advising, and GBN Hockey. So I spare myself the stink eye from Jimmy the Wiz there for the well-timed sponsor read. Face-off draw in the GBN zone. Winds up shot deflected in front. That's a great positioning there from Billis. As that puck, I believe, deflected twice on the way to net. In good positioning, it just went off his chest and was able to clear it. Missing the stick at Dahlke. GBS doing a really good job of frustrating these Spartan forwards. Really not having much open ice to work with thus far. Dahlke just can't reach that puck. Nice play by Bodvinek. And able to clear it as GBS just missing the stick of a Papaus that was racing, so it'll be an icing. And GBN gets the offensive zone draw. 11:02 left here in the second period. It's an Anthony Papalis goal that makes it 1-0 GBS.
And the timing of that goal was so critical. You had 35 seconds left. If you're GBN, you're kind of kicking yourself. If you could just hold on for a little bit, your defense has played solid enough today to keep this still at a shutout, but you just let one little lapse, and that's the difference in the game so far.
11:02 left. Face-off draw to the right of Keating, won by GBN. Ovanian behind the goal. He gets tripped up. That could have been a penalty as well. Doesn't get it. Kind of a crafty play there by the GBS defenseman. Here's Wolf. He tries to shoot. Instead deflected and heads wide of the net. Good play there, Matz. He shoots that one. A good stick from Papalis not to let that through. Losing an edge, going hard into the boards. There was Ovanian. Back the other way comes Shabillo. And an incredibly active first period for Shabillo. Now a big hit and down to the ice goes GBS. They are letting them play here tonight, folks. We have not had a penalty yet. There have been some hits. In other games this season we've seen get called, and we haven't seen it yet tonight. Now Vanian behind his own goal. Tries to dig the puck out. It's going to be Wilcox who collides with Papalis. Away with it comes Hardesty. Now Wilcox just missing the stick of a forward. Instead, it's going to go the length of the ice for icing. No icing. Wow, really surprised we didn't get one there. Thought we would have, we didn't. Here's Miller. He skates down the near side boards, hands off, but can't complete the transfer. And out with it comes GBN. And we don't get an icing there either. And GBN's bench now asking why we couldn't get an icing. So each team feeling like they should have been awarded an offensive zone draw. Neither one got it. Now this puck going to come all the way deep into the GBS zone. That one won't be an icing either. So 3 straight plays. Both teams want an icing. We haven't gotten it. So we play on. It's been a fast-moving game thus far.
Yeah, you mentioned not a lot of penalties, not a lot of whistles in general.
Haven't been a lot of frozen pucks. Maybe only a handful of ices. Here's a dangerous pass by Burke. Now in the slot. Trying to go around one man is Muir. Now a chance in front. Puck right on the doorstep. Not able to stuff it home. That one's going to be cleared again by GBN. And finally, we're going to get that elusive icing that we've been looking for the last couple of minutes. 8:41 left in the second period. 1-0 GBS. We're live from Centennial Ice Arena alongside Tyler Aki. I'm Max Anderson. Of course, if it looks unfamiliar to you for this Thanksgiving tradition, we are not at Glenview Ice Arena. That doesn't exist. It's being rebuilt. It's supposed to be a spectacular facility going up there in Glenview. So we have relocated to Wilmette for this game. We'll be right back here Sunday for the championship game of the New Trier Holiday Tournament. Believe face-off for that is 2:30. We'll check back to the SHL website for more on that. We'll get that confirmed and sent out. But both these teams will participate in that tournament, so it's very possible they could see each other in the next 24 to 48 hours. Here's a shot into the belly of GBN's starting netminder, Sam Billis.
And Billis has been phenomenal today. He did have the one go through, but that may have been a little more on his defense, not being there on his help side. I really like what I've seen out of the kid. Just kind of thrust it in there. Not the usual starter for this team. And he's so far played a very, very solid game in net.
Yeah, Billis, 4 starts in net so far in SHL play, whereas Matthew Carr's had 8. So getting a big opportunity, big rivalry game. Here's some space for Slovis. He skates wide. He'll shoot. That one missing the far side post. Donkey, far side boards. One and done once again for GBN. Back the other way comes Papalis. He goes rink wide into the slot. Slovis does a nice job tying up the stick. Papalis able to win the battle. Now near side circle, tries to get in the slot. Loose, back door. Couldn't get a stick on it, was Botvinnik. Back the other way comes Dalkey. He speeds into the GBS zone. He gets steered off the puck but recovers. Wanted a defenseman waiting at the blue line. Instead they were changing. Miller whiffs on the shot. Not able to get much on it. Here's Hardesty. He looks, winds up, shoots! Deflected loose in the slot. No one from GBN can make the play. Back the other way comes GBS. Here's Botvinnik. We're going to have our first penalty of the game. Oh, excuse me, offsides. A host of bodies on the ice. Thought we could have gotten too many men on the ice. There's 7 or 8 GBS players on the ice. Thought that's what we were going to get. Instead, it's just going to be an offside. A little bit surprised we can get our first penalty there.
And that would have been a real pivotal time because GBN on that last charge, that's the fastest we've kind of seen them get up and down this entire game. Feels like now is when they kind of have their legs under them. They haven't gotten behind any of these GBS defenders so far today, which is something that they usually do in this type of matchup. And another great stick in front by the Titans once again.
Yeah, GBS had about 8 guys on the ice when that offsides was called, and it looked like one of the new bodies on the ice played the puck. I think that's what GBN was looking for and probably should have gotten.
Yeah, you got to wonder too, maybe the offsides happened before those extra bodies filtered on as well.
So
very close either way.
A break for GBS. Still no penalties yet in the game. You got to figure those penalties, or the first one will be critical. Puck loose in the slot. GBN can't quite find the other end of it. Andrews now getting his first ice time for GBN. That's Jaden Andrews, number 14 for GBN. Just missing the puck there is Michael Metz. Down and through the neutral zone, but a good stick at the blue line from John Muir. Doesn't let that GBN play get started. Just GBN not having the entries to the offensive zone they would like, and they are really unable to set up much offensively thus far. Maybe the one, I think, probably best chance early on in this period came as a result of a GBS turnover. Other than that, GBN really hasn't been able to create much.
The first 10 minutes, time of possession seemed very even, but since then, I'd lean it's probably about 2/3, 1/3 right now in favor of GBS. They've tried to control what's happened. Ever since that goal, too, you've really seen the tempo change, where GBS has gotten a little more defensive as well and not letting pucks get very deep into their own zone. Meanwhile, GBN, it seems like they're playing a little nervous out there at times.
And if, you know, there's a silver lining for GBN, I mean, I don't think there's any way to look at it other than GBS has outplayed them thus far. They're only down 1-0, and they're very much in this game. And you know the offensive firepower they have. For as well as GBS has played, they have to feel like they're missing out the fact that they're only up 1-0.
Right, there's been a number of opportunities so far. It could easily be 2-3-0 right now. And if you're Coach Philbin, that's probably the way you feel right now, that you should have another goal out there.
Side of the net now, Sasaki. He looks, he drops, finds Levin. GBN trying to get their cycle in, but Ovanian can't handle the puck in the corner. Keeping it in is Levin, deflected. That's fought off by Keating. Might have been deflected on its way through. Wilcox comes up with a big hit, trying to jumpstart his team. Just feel like GBN not having the energy that they had in the first period.
Yeah.
Almost the reverse problem of what we expected.
That's the first real time we've seen this Spartan crowd get up on their feet.
Oh, and down goes Ovanian. We're going to have our first penalty of the game. And GBN is going to be the recipient. So they'll get a 5-on-4 opportunity here with 4:50 left in the second period.
Looked like a trip there right at that blue line. And again, that hit, let's see if that's the one that kind of propels this team.
Well, to be honest with you, Tyler, watching it live, I thought it was a pretty good flop shot by Ovanian. I don't know that was, I mean, it looked like a trip, but I don't know that it
thought he
actually
got
was.
a skate out there. I think the referees made the right call on that one.
Yeah, as I go back and look at it, probably right, looked a little bit different live, but as a replay, certainly was a penalty. It'll be John Muir. Penalty for GBS, so the first opportunity here, GBN shoots. Blocked away by Keating. Now battle in the corner, Wilcox jumps into the play. Good stick lift there. Dahlke now saving the play here for the Spartans. Levin waiting for it, Dahlke looking. Will skate wide, nearly loses the puck, gets it back to the point, Levin. Levin shoots, that one blocked in front by Maxi Barra. Now Rubin, side of the net, Wilcox back up top circle, Eisenberg shoots, big glove save, Keating through 4 or 5 bodies in traffic, he saw it all the way.
That's excellent work there, net by Keating. just to maintain that focus, get around those bodies, see it's going a little bit wide. Probably is a shot that goes wide anyway, but again, you want to just pounce on those right away in the eyes of danger right now. And this is where GBS, with the way they've played defensively, they're kind of tailored for success in these penalty kill situations because the defensive sticks have been so active, not necessarily the goalie.
11 up top, Eisenstadt gets it back top of the circle. Cross ice, can't get it all the way through. Eventually gets through to Rubin. Puck loose in the slot, still loose in the crease, and Keating falls on it. So a good opportunity there, GBN. Dalkey just throws his stick down in disgust. Not sure if it's broken or he's just frustrated. I believe it's broken. He's asking for another stick. It's an expensive piece of firewood that heads towards the GBN bench.
And then once again, that's great awareness in net by Keating. Pouncing on that one, being surrounded by bodies at the same time, and he's still able to freeze it.
Eisenstadt gives away 11, back to Eisenstadt. Oh, he whiffs on the puck. Fortune keep it in. Here's a shot deflected, never got through. Rubin gets it back to Eisenstadt, left point. Now 11 near point. Cross ice. Rubin can't quite handle that pass, just out of his range. Back up top, Eisenstadt. 44 left on the power play. Far side circle, Rubin. Below the goal, Wilcox. Top of the circle, Eisenstadt shoots, and another save by Keating. Keating has just been absolutely locked in, and with 3:23 left in the second period, he still has a bagel up on the scoreboard.
And with him, he hasn't been tested a ton so far to start this matchup. So this is where you start to get a little nervous if you're Coach Philbin. But the defense has been there to help him out, and then Keating's made a couple of saves of his own.
Back up top, Eisenstadt trying to get one more chance with 30 seconds left here on the power play. Eisenstadt winds up, shoots, he scores! And it might have been deflected on the way to goal, but it doesn't matter, it's 1-1.
And just like how GBS got their goal near the end of a period, GBN doing the same here. And now things are starting to get really interesting because it felt like GBN may have been on its way to getting shut out. That's just how well GBS has been playing defensively. So that's a huge goal off the power play too as well. So you capitalize on that, get yourself a little bit of momentum here. These final 3:10 here in this second period are going to be so critical. How is GBS going to respond despite being the aggressors offensively throughout the game, yet only having one goal?
And Eisenstadt just waiting for that slap shot. He gets the power play goal, I believe. We'll wait for the official scoring. And it was Eisenstadt, no deflection by Wilcox, but the screen, no question, had an effect.
We saw Keating do something really well the first time he was met with a screen, and then that time just a little too much, and better net placement as well on the shot by Eisenstadt.
Now Casey Miller goes hard into the boards, and he's a little slow getting up. He gets to his feet, but gingerly, he's certainly not moving very well. Looks like he lost an edge. See if we can get another look at it. Oh, he took a hard check. He took a hard check against the boards right before that. And he's slow to get to the bench. Getting a little bit of attention over there. So face-off drawn out to come to the left of Jeff Keating with 2:45 left here in the second period. Slovis and McKay come together. Ties it up. Slovis eventually able to come away with it. Near side half boards, drops it to Hardesty. Quickly has to get rid of it. Good pressure from Papalis, still with the puck, GBN. Now 11 near side corner. He turns, looks for some space. Slovis pressured on the puck quickly, has to get rid of it. Farrell gambles and loses. Here comes Botvinnik with speed. Oh, big stick. What a play. Excuse me, we're gonna have a penalty. I thought that looked like a clean play. Being able to get the puck was Farrell, but he's gonna get a penalty for it. I don't know, Tyler. I thought that looked like a good play from
my
Farrell.
Initial intuition there was that it was a trip. You don't really see guys get upended like that. Again, that's all the way on the other corner from our vantage point. As
Yeah, that was a good call.
Yeah.
Looking at it again,
And
it looked like
you
he
had
did
the
get
stick out there as well as a little bit of an arm too.
And it did look like he got puck first, but the stick ended up taking down.
Right, so this is the big opportunity here for GBS. How do you respond to not killing off your penalty?
Chance loose and able to clear it. Now the other way comes Dalkey. He's always looking for a shorthanded opportunity. He's instead going to take the puck back and waste some more time. So minute 30 left here on the power play. GBN doing a nice job wasting it thus far. Now Slovis going to get it. And he's going to fire it off the boards and get it to John Muir in his own defensive zone. Dalkey with some pressure. 3 bodies in the neutral zone for GBN. Do not want that entry into their zone. See, 3 guys at the blue line. GBS still trying to get the puck in the zone. Finally, it's Botvinnik that's just going to fire it in deep. Wilcox chases it down in the corner along with Papalis. Papalis comes away with it, drops it to Muir. Muir looking for an angle. Can't find one, drops it near side circle. Papalis tries to go around Wilcox. That is way too seasoned and skilled of a defender for that move. He's able to pick it off and send it all the way down the ice with 50 seconds left on the power play. Now up the ice comes Muir. He again will fire one over the net. It's Shabillo. Losing his stick was Wilcox, able to collect it. Now back up top, Muir, he'll shoot. That one deflected into the corner from our angle. Looked more threatening than that. Another deflection side of the net, another wraparound opportunity. And out with it comes GBS. Here comes Eisenstark. He'll opt just to dump that puck deep, go for a change. Now under 40 seconds left in the period, 15 on the power play. William Friedman hands off to Muir. Muir been on this entire power play thus far for GBS. He'll fire it in deep and send Friedman as well as Joseph Young in on the forecheck. Now in the corner is Young. Goes around one GBN defender, that's Eisenstark. Gets the puck backside of the net, chips it in front, puck loose. And we get a whistle as the goal comes off its mounts again with 1 second left on the power play. In fact, they're gonna erase the rest of that power play. And we're back to even strength with 14 seconds left in the second period.
And it's interesting to me. So you look at when GBN was on the power play. They've been the team so far today that struggled keeping possession of the puck. Yet they maintained it the entire time. They had the man advantage down there. You never saw GBS clear it once. Other side of things, GBN may have had the puck just as long.
Braden Roy gambles and he wins. He's trying to win a foot race with Maxi Barra, but he's not able to. That could have been a penalty easily. Surprised we didn't get one by Braden Royce. He is feisty right now. That shot goes all the way to Keating right at the buzzer. It could have been unfortunate. A bevy of penalties we could have had there at the end. Instead, that's just going to be the end of the second period. So teams led to the dressing rooms. They will clean the ice. We'll step aside for a break here in a moment. But before we do, Tyler, 2 goals right towards the end of the period, really momentum shifters for both teams. One in the first period, one in the second period.
Right, and the timing, so key as well. And really for GBN, you're going in with a ton of momentum. You get that goal at 3:10. Then on top of that, you kill off a penalty as well right before the end of the break. That's big time stuff for this team and a great way to close out the first 2 periods.
So we're through 34 minutes of action in this rivalry game on Thanksgiving Eve. We're going to step aside here for a couple of minutes, catch our breath, come back with third period action in just a couple of minutes on your home for SHL Hockey, YouTube Live. Back here live from Centennial Ice Arena for the annual GBN GBS game on Thanksgiving Eve. Welcome back, everybody. After 2 periods of action, it's 1-1, GBN and GBS. Alongside Tyler Rocky, I'm Max Anderson live from Wilmette. Normally we're in Glenview, but we're in Wilmette tonight. We've had 2 periods of action, been a tight game. And for more on how the game's gone so far, we're going to take it down to the ice. And Tyler Rocky standing by with head coach Jimmy Philbin.
Coach Philbin, your team really set the tone in the early going. In that first period, they get that first goal with 30-plus seconds left. What was the message at halftime that you told this team?
Well, we got to get back to playing like we did in the first period. We tried to do too much. Get back to the little things like we did in the first, moving the puck, get to the puck to the weak side, and play a little smarter inside our zone.
Big rivalry game for you guys. So how did you allow your team to keep their composure through those first 2 periods?
Well, it's 2 points. You know, it's a big game, but every game in the SHL is a big game. So we take them as any other team and just want to get those 2 points.
Jeff Keating looked really good in that first period. What's been different with him today?
He looked well. He did a great job. He looked good in both periods. He's carrying us. We just got to put the puck in their net and we'll be good.
All right, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Max?
A really interesting juxtaposition between the 2 coaches there. Before the game, Evan Polikitis talked about it. He'd be lying if he didn't say this was more than just 2 points, more than a game. He embraces the rivalry nature of it. He doesn't shy away from, whereas Jimmy Philbin, really the complete opposite. This is 2 points. This is 2 critical points that we have to get here tonight in SHL play. Just 2 of the best coaches here in the state of Illinois, and just goes to show you different ways to get to what so far is the same result, a 1-1 tie after 2 periods of play. The first period goal from GBS scored by their captain Anthony Papalis and assisted by Daniel McKay. The goal for GBN, Evan Eisenstark, a huge slap shot from the point with a good screen in front from Wilcox. And the assist going to Andrew Rubin for GBN. And we're underway here in the 3rd period. We'll switch sides once again. GBS to our left and GBN to our right. Slow this. Back in his own zone to take the puck. And was just saying, Tyler, interesting to note the way Jimmy Philbin describes tonight's game. It's 2 points. It's a league game. Every game's big. Before the game, Evan Polikitis talked about embracing the rivalry.
Yeah, and these kids know. I mean, they know. This game is the only one really circled on the calendar from the get-go. When you look at these 2 teams, and I think GBS has really played like it's worth more than 2 points.
Both these teams know just the history of it. It's kind of that elephant in the room. You know, you don't talk about it really with either coach, but it's been 14 straight wins in this matchup, this rivalry game for GBN. This is, like we mentioned off the top of the broadcast, the year that more than many in the past that GBS feels that they come in with their best chance to break that streak. So far, playing like a team that's prepared to do it so far tonight. Wilcox tries to get the puck up to Dahlke, kept in and blocked it away by Billis. Billis in a really nice game thus far.
Both these goalies have been phenomenal out of the gate, and
here's a chance in the slot. Good stick by Hardesty, but you're right. I mean, neither goal necessarily the fault of either. Good screen by Wilcox led to the GBN goal, and just a sloppy play is going flying in. Was Shabillo taken out? Wilcox, he's a little bit slow getting up.
and remember that GBS goal is fractions of a second away from being waved off because of a dislodged net.
Very good point there is Ovanian. Nice play around one GBS defender. Puck still loose in the slot. Shabillo comes away with it. He'll spin up the ice, but Jonathan Ovanian with a brilliant move around a GBS defender. Created a chance. That's some of the offensive skill we thought we would see more of tonight from GBN. It's been a frustrating offensive night for the Spartans. Have not had the offensive success I think they expected they would.
The end of that first period, or rather that second period, I think came at the perfect time for GBS because you saw the legs start to get a little tired. And they were a little bit slower on some of their releases, and then you saw the penalty as well really play a big factor for GBN to get that first goal up for them.
It really, if you had to weigh it, Tyler, the game was being dominated by GBS really up until that power play. That power play certainly has changed the game, and obviously the power play and then the subsequent time after, GBN looked very good so far here in the third period, most of the action thus far down in the GBS zone. So we'll see if GBS can turn the tides here.
Remember that hit that Eisenstark put on about 30 seconds before that power play, and that really set it up. And then who scores the goal? It's Eisenstark who makes the big play.
There's a reason he's got that C on his chest as that puck hits the top of the lights here at Wilmette Ice Arena. If you're familiar with the arena, we're on the platform across from the GBN bench tonight. We have a great viewing point. The netting is not our favorite here at GBN, or excuse me, at Centennial. Doesn't exactly bring you the best picture compared to what we're able to bring you at, say, Mount Prospect Ice Arena or Northbrook or Heartland. But the rivalry takes care of that. This puck loose to the slot, whacked at by Miller, and never got all the way through.
It does make sure our camera stays intact, though.
That is very true.
And us, for that
And we
matter.
don't have to worry about Jimmy ducking under the table when the puck comes up here. As this puck comes spinning around the boards. Good, taking a hit to make a play for GBS was Joseph Young, but not able to make anything out of it were the Titans. Wolf with a tough play, but he gets steered off the puck by Kyle Everson. Now Joseph Young plays it over the glove of Wilcox. No icing. His lineswoman declared that it went off the glove of Wilcox. A huge hit! And down goes Gavin Miller. Well, that's going to be a penalty, unfortunately, I believe, for GBN. Oh no, excuse me, that's just with the helmet coming off. It's just a dead whistle. Well, it might have been a penalty, but Wilcox just absolutely lit up Gavin Miller.
I was actually just speaking with Gavin Miller's brother during the break, Jack, an alumni of the GBS team, and I mean, you could see the fatigue out of that entire team. So maybe that's a little spark that'll wake up this GBS team, because they've looked a little dead coming out.
It's been much slower over the last 15 minutes or so. It was a game very much dominated by GBS through, maybe dominated is not the right word, but controlled by the Titans, really frustrating GBN the first 25 minutes of the game. Now GBN finding a little bit more space. Still not able to have as many clean looks as we're used to them having. Good stick there from Eisenstark. Botvinnik was on the doorstep. Very nearly got a threatening chance off, but the stick of Eisenstark took care of that. Just haven't seen Dahlke get loose as much as we're used to seeing him in the offensive zone. GBS clearly focused in on him, and as I say that, Dahlke releases in on the forecheck, easily swept away by Maxi Barra. And now Anthony Papalis settles, looks, surveys, finally just tosses up by Shaws, missing the stick of Botvinnik, so we'll have an icing. We want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Game of the Week: CCTY Bearing, OPRF Hockey, Stormies Tavern and Grill, Cognitive College Advising, and GBN Hockey. We thank them for their great support of the SHL and the SHL Game of the Week. 12:34 left here in the third period. In 1-1 our score. You can tell an uneasy tense has fallen over the crowd, knowing that that next goal means so much in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, the crowd was really almost bored in that first period. And after the GBS goal, you kind of saw it pick up a little steam, then a couple power plays in that second to get a little action going. Who's going to make the first big play to really get their team into it? You would say so far it's GBN after the big hit on Gavin Miller, but GBS still a little bit of an opportunity to take that momentum back.
Here's Dahlke, a nice move, gets the puck across the Slovis. What a play by Dahlke. Gets it back to Eisenstark, shoots that one off a shin pad of a defenseman in front. Dahlke near side, far side corner, whacks it across the crease, and it's going to be cleared out by Botvinnik. And goes the length of the ice for icing. So GBN starting to put a little bit of offensive pressure here. Matt Dahlke's gotten loose a couple times. Made a couple threatening moves towards the GBS net. We've seen him. You know, it's one of the great things about high school hockey, and for me, so far this year, seeing the growth in a guy like Nicholas Botvinnik from his last year to this year. It's our first chance to see him. We said the same thing about Dahlke. Here's a shot into the glove of Keating, but seeing the growth in players year to year, we've really seen that from a guy like Botvinnik, but we've seen it from Dahlke, who's just been outstanding for the Spartans.
Absolutely, and look at the goal scorers in this game. It's not the star power that you were expecting. It's Eisenstark, he gets his first of the season. On the other side, it's Papalis. with his 6th. And you've got some of the premier goal scorers who are in double digits already on both of these teams, and they've been neutralized. So credit the defenses so far today.
Great pass there, trying to get the puck into the slot. Parker Davidson with a good look. Couldn't find a Titan on the other end of it. Turnover there in the neutral zone. Miller tries to get a shot off. Couldn't get much on it. Easily sticked aside by Keating. Now weird bounce off of attempted clearance. Braden Roy in the corner. Going to try to pester Shabillo, but look at the strength of Shabillo. There's another player year over year, the growth he's made from last year. Jack Shabillo gets steered off the puck there.
You got to keep your head up. He had Parker Davidson wide open. Would have had a good look on net.
Braden Roy, really a spark plug for this GBN team. Seen it a couple times tonight, saw it pregame. He was hyped, so they were getting warmed up in the lobby. He was hooping and hollering. Very excited for tonight's game. A big hit as Wolf goes down to the ice. It was Muir that took him down. Now just missing the stick. Another big hit. This time it's Matz that puts a man down on the ice. That puck goes off the ceiling and nearly went into the GBN net. No whistle initially. That puck very nearly went off the top of the ceiling and went into the GBN net.
I was with you. I didn't hear the initial whistle, and it came late, definitely. I don't know if a referee lost the puck going up in the air or what, but
wouldn't that have been something if he didn't see that, and that would have gone in.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit of a nightmare scenario for certainly for GBN, but really the game itself. But no worries there. Falling down to the ice, a shot attempt from Friedman into the glove of Billis. Update on the shots was really that power play in the second period that gave GBN their big shot advantage in the second period, 16-5. Was GBN in that second period overall 21-16. GBN now with a shot advantage entering this third period. That shot misses the net. Dahlke comes away with it, tries to stretch pass for Rubin. Can't get it to him. Under 10 minutes left here in the third period. Each team wary of making that critical mistake here late in the game. Talked about who would make the play, Tyler. We talked about that a couple of minutes ago, but also who's going to make the mistake. That's a lot of times what it comes down to, is who's going to make that critical mistake in their own zone or to create a power play opportunity.
And can you capitalize off that mistake as well? Because we've seen GBS get flowing off a mistake by GBN, but we haven't seen them capitalize off it quite yet.
Now battle in the corner, Rubin. Dahlke tries to win on the half boards. Taking a big run at Dahlke with Shabillo. Could have been a penalty. Talked a lot about the rule changes, at least I shouldn't say rule changes, the rule emphasis this year on keeping your stick on the ice as you go to make contact on the check. Well, Shabillo's stick was well up in the air on that check, but it's been clear all night tonight. They're letting them play.
And as they should in a rivalry game like this. Again, control the game, but let them play.
It hasn't gotten out of hand, but we all know the way this rivalry can get. It can get going pretty dirty in a hurry. And with 8:43 left, both teams wary, like I mentioned, of taking an unnecessary penalty. Rose Pelias playing a dangerous game with Muir. Fortunate to get that puck out. Off the lineswoman, that doesn't get all the way through. Break for GBN as Wilcox back to take the puck, just missing the stick of Wolf. Hardesty now surveys. It's 11, good pressure here from GBS. They force a turnover, able to get it back as Sasaki. Plays it around to Wolf. GBS playing very high on their forecheck right now, trying to make something happen. They got to be careful. GBN coming back the other way as Wolf tries to break out. Coming back to support quickly was McKay around one defender's 11. He winds up, shoots! That big save by Jeff Keating. Now McKay with speed. Far side, goes around Levin. Looking, tries to center it. Can't get it to Papalis. And that's going to be cleared out of the zone. Now Muir goes around three. GBN Spartans. Finally, it's Eisenstark that has to step in. Back to the point. McKay, he shoots. Had Papalis back door, but a little bit too hot of a pass. McKay below the goal line. Ovanian checks him there, back to the top of the circle. Here's a shot or a pass. Either way, stick to side by Billis, side of the net now, Papalis. Far side circle, Botvinnik, rink wide now, McKay. Tries to drop it back to the point, but unable to get it there. Now Miller drops to Roy. Roy looks, he shoots, that one blocked in front. Here's a shot, Ovanian, loose, he scores! Casey Miller makes it 2-1 GBN.
And remember, earlier it was Miller who got checked in the boards and went out for a little bit. Maybe just had the wind knocked out of him, but he looks healthy right now. Great rebound there, excellent push. And GBS, they've been so steady on that back line. Those are the types of goals that aren't supposed to happen with this team, and you see it go through that time.
It started with Braden Roy in his own zone, playing it up the near side boards to Ovanian, whoever eventually plays up to Miller. A shot from the slot from Ovanian ricochets right to the stick of Miller, and a backhanded goal makes it 2-1 Spartans.
And now that I look at it another time, I mean, that's just, you can't necessarily blame the GBS defense. They're all compacted right around that crease area. It was just kind of right place, right time for Miller.
Assisted by number 87, Jonathan Avanian, and number 91, Braden Roy.
So Ovanian and Roy get the assists for GBN. Now they're pressing again, but into the glove of Keating with 6:36 left in the third. So if you're GBS, you have to fight those feelings that start to creep in. That number 14 starts to creep into your head. Is it going to be 15? If you're GBS, you have to stay focused and not think about those things. Face-off draw to the left of Keating. GBS is going to win, able to clear the zone. Look, just pops over the stick of Wilcox. Well, Wilcox surveys, plays a brilliant pass up to Dalkey. Dalkey with space. He shoots into the glove of Keating. What an outstanding pass from his own defensive zone. Wilcox just lightly tosses it off the boards. And Dalkey with a grade A chance from the far side circle. But Keating up to the task with 6:21 left in the third. 2-1 GBN. Face-off draw. Rubin comes away with it. He scoops around. Here's Slovis, near side corner. Can't quite get to the puck. Out with it comes Muir. Muir, rink wide pass, tape to tape. Cross ice, trailing. Here's a shot. Gavin Miller just misses the top left shelf. Pinching to keep it in, at least momentarily, was Nospelius. Able to clear it was GBN. Dalkey can't find the puck as it skates through the neutral zone. Slovis, a little bit ginger coming off the ice there. He took a hit. Now we're going to have offsides. So a little bit of chaos there right in front of the GBN bench. Gavin Miller with an outstanding opportunity. What vision on the far side. I believe it was Papalis that found the trailing Miller cross ice near the top of the circle, who wound up, took a wrist shot, but missed the net. Slovis is now being attended to by the athletic trainer. He hurled his body over the boards. He was clearly in some pain, just trying to get off the ice. Eisenstart, good pass to Ovanian. He tries to chip it deep, can't do it. Instead, finds its way back out of the zone. Ovanian not realizing he's got to touch up. Finally does. Now on comes GBS through the slot. Friedman. Oh, backdoor, what a pass! Oh, big stick by Billis. Denies the chance of Adante. And then we'll get a whistle in the neutral zone. He was one-on-one with Billis. We'll see if we can get another look at it.
And that was the second really, really good pass by Will Friedman there. He had one in the first period where he just kind of dumped it, no look back, and he had another great one there, just threading the needle. I mean, how about that?
And it was no look.
So Will Friedman, this is a kid who calls himself the Patrick Mahomes of GBS hockey. Why is that? He's so good at these no-look passes. His teammates get him all the time in practice, and you see him in the games, and he's had 2 golden opportunities
just in the last
to try to set this team up.
Just in the last minute. He's been brilliant here in the third period. He's doing everything he can to end the drought for GBS. Now Burke ties up Botvinnik. Nice play. There's a sharp angle shot. Billis a little bit slow getting to his butterfly. Now chance in the slot. Good deflection, but a better save from Billis. And with 4:54 left in the third period, still 2-1 GBN.
And if Botvinnik gets just a little bit more power on that, I think he slides it right past Billis.
Billis, we've talked about it a couple times, has been an outstanding position. So key for goaltenders, not just seeing the puck, not just using your glove and your pads and your chest. It's being in the right position in the crease. That's another example of it right there, getting the job done in net for the Spartans. Now McKay gets the puck back to the point quickly. Neiman has to play it on. Here's Ibarra with some space. He shoots off I believe it was off the handle of the stick of Billis. Not sure if that was headed towards the net or if it would have caught the crossbar, but definitely a threatening chance there. Now Wilcox surveys. He goes high off the glass. That goes ricocheting out. Dahlke trying to track that puck down. Tries to tie up the stick of Neiman. Now Rubin. Hunter Neiman, who calmly takes that puck away from his goaltender. Now Papalis. He pestered the entire time by Slovis. Now Ibarra plays it out. Here's Neiman. Neiman tries to go around Hardesty. Nice play by Hardesty to force him off the puck. Good support from Dahlke. Now Botvinnik has a man back at the point. It's Neiman. Opts to hold on to it. Finally gives it up far side. Ibarra, he'll shoot, deflect, he scores! Believe it went off the stick of Slovis. And it's 2-2 late in the third period.
Oh boy, is that a clutch goal, and what better way, or what more crushing way to get it than a little friendly fire right there. You called it right. That went off the stick of Slovis, the defender for GBN, and Billis never saw it. He went low, the deflection went high, and right now GBS riding a lot of momentum. Again, sometimes it's these little bounces here or there. GBS has looked so much cleaner offensively than GBN today, yet it's a goal like that. And even their first goal, where it's not the cleanest of possessions, but hey, you put the puck in around the net and good things are going to happen.
Tyler, we've talked about it all night. GBS hasn't once for a moment looked like an underdog, looked like the team that has lost 14 straight. They look like they belong all night long.
Assisted by 16, Will Friedman, and 7, Nicholas Botvinnik.
It would have been easy once they went down 2-1 to start feeling sorry for themselves, but you didn't get that feeling for 1 minute from this Titan side.
They're not playing for moral victories today. They're not. They've been the little brother in this rivalry for quite some time now. They're trying to flip that narrative for the foreseeable future.
2005, the last time it happened. Now face-off draw to the right of Keating. Won by GBN. Quick shot on net from Miller. Denied by Keating. Puck comes shooting across the ice. Taken away now by Nospelius. Now Friedman trying to play around him in. Oh, quick shot! And finally cleared out by GBN. GBS really bringing it right now. You could feel the energy from the Titan side.
Will Friedman's been big time this third period. He got the assist on that last goal, and he's made a number of plays to set up his team.
Under 3 minutes left here in the third period. Chance out in front in the slot. Can't handle it as Billis finally dropping his glove on it. Was Billis. So we're starting to creep here towards overtime. Got 2 minutes and 42 seconds left.
Right now, what's really interesting to me is we saw GBS in those first two periods. They're the ones that got tired between these two teams. Now, it looks like GBS is the one finding a second win here late in this crucial third period, where you go in, knotted up 1-1, then you go down 2-1, and they get that one goal, and now it looks like they're playing as the offenders and aggressors here in these final 5 minutes.
Here's a chance for Wilcox. He sends it down ice. Dahlke tries to chase it, coming far out of his net. It was Jeff Keating. Teams exchange the puck in the neutral zone. And out with it come GBS. Under 2 minutes left here in the third period. It's 2-2 in this rivalry game. That puck just getting out of the GBS zone and GBN avoiding the offsides. Here comes Shabilla with speed. He's sandwiched by Eisenstark, not able to get the puck out though. Here's Muir with space. He shoots that one, just missing the net. He had a lot of speed. There's Matt trying to make a play. And good on Neiman not to let it happen. Now Eisenstark plays it off the boards but can't recover the puck. We're a minute 10 left here in the third period as we tick closer and closer to overtime. Now knows Pelias. Spins it around the boards. Here's a shot. That one's going to be ricocheted and up off the glass. Just a reminder, if we do get to overtime, it does mimic the NHL. It is 3-on-3 hockey. The goalies do switch sides, so it will also be the long change. Go over that a little bit further should we get there, but just so you know, that's what would be coming, at least in the first portion of the overtime. Spins it around the boards. Cross ice, Shabilla. He tries to take on 3 Spartans before he's checked into the boards. Miller sprawling to get that puck out. That one onto the pads of Billis. Pretty smart play there from about center ice. Under 30 seconds left in the third period now. Wilcox goes to collect the puck far side boards. He looks, he finds Ovanian. Ovanian gets the puck onto Roy. Puck bouncing and not able to get a shot off in the slot. Back the other way comes GBS, just missing the stick of Botvinnik. Puck comes out into the neutral zone under 10 seconds. Now Wilcox. He'll just have to throw that puck deep. And folks, we are headed to overtime here in this great rivalry on Wednesday night. So here's the full rundown. 3-on-3 overtime to decide a tied game. Goalies will switch sides, so it'll be the long change for both teams. The game is still tied after the OT period, which I believe is 5 minutes. A sudden death shootout would commence thereafter. So tension here in the arena, and it's interesting. It's as much tension and really uneasiness as it is excitement. It's really a calm has come over the crowd knowing the intensity of the moment right now.
Kind of feels like it did in that first period when there was that lull in the game, and essentially, I mean, we didn't see any offense for the first 16 and a half minutes. And that's kind of the vibe it has right now, except the difference is everyone's kind of standing up, everyone's kind of wary. They know the situation right now. They know what's at stake. This has been a great, great hockey game so far. And just resiliency on both sides. I mean, it was GBN that went down first. They go down the goal. They respond with 2 of their own. And then GBS, they don't feel like the underdog anymore in this rivalry. So what do? They come back with 1 late charge with about 3 minutes left to get that goal. It's been really, really impressive to me, the fight that both of these teams have had in this rivalry matchup.
GBS overcoming serious adversity to get to this overtime. Each team, of course, getting to overtime, they'll get a point. Billis will head down to his net here to our right, Keating to our left.
And I think the really cool thing, too, about all this is that the goaltenders have played so well. Now you're going to be tested when it gets to the 3-on-3. Who is going to stand taller? For me, I like Keating in this matchup right now just because he's done it all night long, and he's done it all season long. Meanwhile, on the other side, you got Billis, a guy who's been brought in and don't get me wrong, he's played really well so far today. He has played phenomenal hockey, but how's he going to do it when the ice opens up a little bit?
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. A lot of skill and a lot of space about to be on the ice. Coming out first for GBN is Eisenstark, Ovanian, and Roy. Countering for GBS, Papalis, McKay, and Muir. So 5 minutes up on the clock, and we settle in for overtime here in this great rivalry matchup off the draw. It's Ovanian. Ovanian tries to get it to Roy. Is Papalis now shooting up the ice, but not able to handle the puck was McKay. Muir will settle it near side boards. Goes around one defender. I think he forgot. We're 3-on-3. So that's a huge break for GBN. They'll get an offensive zone draw.
That's exactly what happened right there. Got the angle too. Got around to the defender. He probably would have had about
close to a breakaway.
And he had a head of steam along with it too. Would have been a good 2-on-1 look almost.
We'll see if he comes back and comes to regret that move there. As Ovanian and McKay come together. Ovanian wins it. Roy collapses. Now shooting up the ice. There goes Papalis. Eisenstark trying to take an angle. Here's Papalis. He'll shoot. Never gets through. Ovanian loses an edge. Back the other way comes Eisenstark. 4:30 left here in the overtime period. Same skaters on the ice for both teams. Roy skates into the slot. He'll shoot. That one blocked. A chance for Ovanian. Puck just leaks off the end of his stick. Ovanian will go for a change. Now Eisenstark still out there. He's been out there the whole period so far. Here's a shot from Papalis, high off the chest of Billis. He can't control it, but Slovis comes back the other way. Here comes Slovis with some fresh legs. He skates around one. He shoots. Oh, big save. He goes colliding. Oh, and a cross check after. And I got to think that's going to be a power play, the favor of GBN. So maybe it was Keating that got ran over as Slovis went towards the net. I would be shocked if we didn't get a cross check there at the end.
And Keating is down right now. And he got rocked backwards from the momentum and went straight into that left pipe.
Slovis with a great play. Could have been goaltender interference. Man, there's a lot to discuss here. Slovis goes over, kind of gives a pat on the chest to Keating.
Seems like we might get multiple penalties.
Well, I haven't seen an arm go up. I think we might not get any, to be honest with you, which would shock me based on what just happened.
But that's a big loss right now.
That should have been goaltender interference. That 100% should have been goaltender interference on Slovis.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, getting another look at that, yeah.
Could have also been a cross check thereafter. You see it. Oh man.
Yeah.
But we get no penalties out of that somehow. So we play on with 3:54 left in the third period. Slovis with the draw. He wins it. Dahlke for GBN with it now. He'll play it down Slovis. Dahlke will head towards the net. Slovis, sharp angle, drops it to Dahlke. Dahlke looks, drops to Wilcox. Wilcox, far side Slovis. He can't handle the puck, just jumps off his stick. Now Wilcox looks, drops down Dahlke. Back up top, Wilcox looking for a lane. Drops again, Dahlke. Below the goal line, tries to make a move around Bibara, but he was ready for it the whole way. Botvinnik plays it back, cross ice, and he'll just clear it. GBS looking to make a change. That's Friedman that'll head off the ice for the Titans. Still Ovanian, Slovis, and Wilcox for the Spartans. There goes Wilcox. Wilcox, look, shoots into the belly of Keating. Wilcox had a little space and got off a quick wrist shot. Very nearly winning the game for the Spartans.
And it seemed like GBS pretty passive to try to pick up Wilcox on that one. You got to check the guy. You can't let him skate all over you like that.
Wilcox, one of the best defensemen in the state, really, and he was able to really just kind of waltz into the zone without much contest. It was Botvinnik, really, who was very casual as he entered the zone. Now it's Miller, Eisenstark, and Rubin for the Spartans. Papalis, Muir,
here's your opportunity.
McKay, and a 2-on-1 coming for the Spartans. Here's McKay. He's got Papalis on his wing. Oh, the puck just bounces off his stick and then past the stick of Papalis. A huge 2-on-1 opportunity for GBS missed.
And that's one of the best players in the state right now, the leading points getter, and you don't see that often out of such a sure-handed guy like McKay.
Here's a shot high off the shoulder of Billis, and a big save. Back the other way comes Eisenstark. Eisenstark with some speed, skates around one defender. He shoots that one across the crease. Waiting for it at the point is Rubin, cross ice, winding up. Miller shoots, but blocked in front. Miller's got to hurry here. This is going to be a 2-on-1 for GBS. Here's Friedman. Friedman looks, cross ice, shoots. Oh, big save, Billis! What a Glove save from Sam Billis, and we play on.
And you know what? Eisenstark, and rightfully so, is going up to his goalkeeper right now and giving him a big hug, because you know what? You cannot be taking that slap shot at the point like that when you are the high man, because anything that gets deflected, it's going 2-on-1 the other way. And you got a talented passer like Friedman out there, and he puts it right on the money. But how about the save from Billis? He has been excellent today.
And if I'm going to get picky on GBS, Papalis just took too long and let Billis get across his crease and set up. So here's Ovanian. We're under 2 minutes left in the overtime. Roy drops to Wilcox. Up top, Ovanian going for the puck. Wilcox missed him. Cross ice. Roy, big stick there. Not to let that get through. McKay out of a cannon. He's going to have a breakaway. It's a 2-on-0. He's got Bobnick. Can't complete it. It looked like his stick was being held. He wanted a penalty, didn't get it. Here's McKay. He shoots. Deflected just wide. Now Botvinnik drops to McKay. Up top, Neiman. McKay went for a change and Neiman didn't realize it. 1:22 left here in the third period. Tries to get across to Papalis. Was Botvinnik. He was absolutely gassed. He gets off the ice. Ovanian gets the puck out. And on comes Roy. He's pretty tired. A lot of tired bodies on the ice right now. GBN wants to make a change, but they can't get the puck deep. Now 2-on-1 for GBS again. Here's Neiman. He shoots. Big block there from Wilcox. Now GBN with a chance going back the other way. Here comes Levin. Levin skates around. Good stick there from Neiman. Makes another nice play. Good stick lift. Levin, he shoots. Deflected in the slot. Still loose. Roy shoots. He scores! And GBN wins it 3-2. What a moment down on the ice. As Everett Levin, not Everett Levin. It was Braden Roy with the brilliant stick lift in the slot, shoots, and he beats Keating. And GBN makes it 15 in a row. What an incredible game we had here tonight, Centennial Ice Arena. Not our usual venue for this game. Normally, we're up at Glenview Ice Arena. What a game we had here tonight. GBN finds a way to continue the streak. It'll be another year for GBS. We're going to send it down to the ice with head coach Evan Polikitis, the winning coach. He takes a nice big sigh of relief.
Thanksgiving Eve. What did you see on that last play out of Braden Roy?
Well, you know what? Braden was great all night. I mean, he brought so much energy to this game. I mean, him and Ovanian, I thought, were absolutely terrific every shift they took. And we didn't have our legs going in the first period, and they turned it up in the second period, and people fouled them.
Resiliency seems to be the theme for this game on both sides. You guys go down early and then get two back, and then GBS comes down, they get one back to force the overtime. What can you say about the team and the way that they battled through adversity?
Well, the first thing I'd say is, Glenbrook South's a heck of a hockey team, well coached, and, we had our hands full tonight, but, there's something in our locker room that, we don't take defeat lightly at any game we play in. I just thought our leaders were leaders tonight.
All right, Coach. Best of luck. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Max.
And you can hear the relief, the excitement, all of the above from the GBN head coach. And I thought he said something interesting. Last couple of years, GBN hasn't had the success at the end of the year that they were hoping for, but Evan Polikiewicz just said there's something about this locker room, and it's something that this team is going to want to hold on to all the way through the rest of the season into the state playoffs. Can it be a state title run for this Spartan team for the first time in 5 years? We will find out as we continue through the season. Thank you for joining us here tonight. What an outstanding game we had on this Thanksgiving Eve. We appreciate you tuning in. Big thanks to our cameraman, Matt Booten, doing an outstanding job bringing us all the outstanding sights and sounds of the game. Of course, to my right-hand man, Jimmy the Wiz Olsen, bringing the outstanding graphics, the replays, the intros, the outros, everything. Doing it all for you folks at home to bring you a great broadcast. Of course, for my color man, Tyler Rocky, I am Max Anderson. Thank you for joining us on your home for the SHL Network YouTube Live. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.